gonna ride through the desert with the whip on the helmets. Deftones are definitely stepping into the double digits with their 10th album, Private Music. An interesting title, a gorgeous album cover, but are the songs contained within any good? Deftones, or as I like to say, the Deftones. You guys love that when I say it like that. The Deftones are pretty creative fellows, and I actually had to dip my ears into other albums with my headphones and my Spotify to make sure that I was hearing this album correctly. It was a little washed out, a little fuzzy, and yeah, it turns out I'm an idiot and had something wrong in my settings on the laptop. So I was very thrown off on first listen, but I knew something was wrong, right? It was just, I don't know what I had going on with the laptop. Maybe my headphones weren't plugged in all the way. Sometimes it happens. Just the tip. Infinite Source and Milk of Madonna are the ones that grabbed me instantly. And Deftones are not a band known for their immediacy, at least not inside my ears or my heads, but those songs did it right for me right off the blats. .z. Cut Hands really adds something to the band's already prolific catalog with some synth veins running through this album like black plasma screaming into your bloodshot eyes or something. Dun-dun, 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 side. And this one is the one explicit track on the album, and that's very cool because it got me thinking. This is kind of a recurring thing in the discography of the Deftones. Like This Link is Dead, or Doomed User, or Rocket Skates, or Needles and Pins, and then the rest of the discography pretty much ruins that. It puts just a big wrench in my theory of the Deftones only cuss in one song per album, but it was just a theory. Wavy Line Metal Dream. What? Wavy Line Metal Dream is another song with an easier wall to break into and take advantage of the emotions, the notes. Oh God, the notes. And be it good or bad or indifferent, the relationship between band and fan is what makes these guys. At least I think so as a somewhat new Deftones fan. And I'm aware from the barrage of comments on this channel that my favorites, like my favorite songs from bands and my favorite albums, they're usually the worst songs and the worst albums for you guys watching this video, and that's cool. That's cool that we're different, that different opinions exist. My mind is a mountain. That's cool. I welcome different opinions here on the channel is what I was trying to say there. My mind is a mountain, locked cub, Exodus. I bet you guys are headbanging to those while I sit here kind of scratching my head in wonder and awe. They're not necessarily bad, but they are really difficult to get your tie-dye shirt into. It's like I'm listening to them, I'm hearing them, and I'm thinking, do I like this song? Is this something I should be backing? Are these songs good? Let me know all the answers to those questions in your comments about the Deftones. The Deftones? This album, like the white snake on the cover, there are a lot of layers to be peeled back from this snake. It's natural. It doesn't hurt. They need to. They're like they're exoskeletons, like bugs or something. CZX and I think about you all the time. They explore similar lyrical ideas about vulnerability, heartbreak, death. And there's also some major throwbacks or throwback vibes to days of Deftones gone by. That was a Offspring reference, maybe, possibly, just common wordality. But days of Deftones gone by. X-Men sequel. With Chino rapping like it's 1999 all over again, the delivery could be called dated by some critics, but with new thoughts, material, and songwriting, it's really not dated. Much of the discussion around private music will be very public. LOL. But seriously, the discussion around this record, Private Music, will be about the seamless production, the return of the nu metal swagger, the nu metal roots, and some of the spiritually intuned words of wisdom from the main man himself, Chino. I'm like a goblin. Bye, bye, hey. Do you play Xbox? Do you play with rocks? Do you listen to rocks? They're alive. Fatso, fatso, fatso. Fatso, my words are righteous. Locked Club, or Locked Cub, which is quickly slithering upwards in my mind's ranking, seems to be criticizing a cult of some kind, maybe even from a member of the cult. Within the cult, the hive mind, protect the hive. There are many references to shedding skin, metamorphoses, changing oneself. There's too many to count. You can't, nobody can count past 15. And this album is not just an impressive 10th edition to the Deftones catalog. It's an impressive, no matter what the characterization or the ranking or whatever you're comparing this to, it's not just a great 10th album from the Deftones without the, right? The, that's the worst band name ever. The, or the. Oh God, I'm going to have to listen to that band now. But this album is an impressive album no matter whether this is a debut, wow, could you imagine this being a debut, or a 10th album, or a 20th album, or a 50th album. Willie Nelson has 100 albums. It's impressive no matter the weather. It's edgy, it's raw, it feels honest, and that's probably the most important thing about it. You like tie-dye or dead roly-polies? Or perhaps this nice, oh God, that's a wrapper for you to check out. We got some cool merch from Pinhead Gunpowder for some reason. And then I can spawn Satans if I need to. I don't know what's going on. I love BJ's. Got to have at least 2 of those. There's a record store called Belonius Jelonius. If I had to skip any tracks from Private Music, I would maybe avoid having my hand cut. But even that one's not weak. It's just my least favorite of the bunch. I'm sure you guys, that's probably your favorites, and that's fine. You're going to tell me in the comments. Other reviewers and magazines are taking aim at the atmosphere over hooks kind of vibe, but hasn't that always been the MO of the Deftones? The Motones, the MO tones. There's no immediate gratification spread over the entirety of the record, but there are biting moments that will get a piranha set into your right arm, not your left arm, because I am left-handed, and that would be bad. Deftones, with no the anywhere in their name, just Deftones. Private Music, made public. I'm giving this thing a solid 3 out of 5.